It's also, again, like yesterday, a lack of respect to delivery people taking the time to be there to represent the restaurant and to deliver the food, giving a good impression. Just unfair. The conversation revolved around this restaurant, Pollo Campero. They're opening up a new location in Merrick, Long Island on Sunrise Highway. And I didn't share the story in yesterday's video because the video was just too long. And then something happened today, my one scheduled delivery, and it was all about spillage. And it's the restaurant's responsibility to wrap up the food properly. I forced myself to get up today. I really wanted to cancel. It was a small subtotal of food, a low subtotal of food. It was like $175. I did drive to Jericho, and I dropped it off at Garden City. And, you know, it just shouldn't even happen anymore. First, I'll start off with the story. Then I'm going to show you something because I took a picture. And it's ridiculous. So, this was 2 days ago. I completed a late morning delivery at Pollo Campero from Hempstead. And I dropped it off on Maple Avenue in Rockville Center to a, doctor's office I've delivered to before. And when I got there, I rolled the cart in, and the man was so helpful. He immediately started taking the food out of the bags, and he was like, "Oh, I got it. Thanks for delivering it." And he grabbed the bottom cardboards that I have on the bottom of my bags to give it a little more support. And I said, "I'll take those cardboards," because he didn't realize he took them. Because one was in a box and the other ones were in tins, the food. And he was like, "Of course." And I said, "It keeps the bottom of the bag more sturdy." And he goes, "And it also absorbs spillage. This is not a made-up story." And I go, "Yeah, it does." He goes, "It sure does. I delivered," he goes, "I picked up shrimp scampi once. It was the hottest summer." He goes, "It was all over my car." He didn't know any better. And I get the feeling he didn't have any bags. He said for a month he smelled shrimp in his car. And he told me he was from Seaford. Then we talked about the place that they got the food from, the Pollo Campero. And he's so excited about the place opening up in Merrick. He was like, "Their food is great quality. It's always hot and fresh." And he goes, "It's cheaper than other places we've gotten from." He goes, "They're not in the same category." He goes, "You get better bang for your buck, and the food's better quality, and it's always good." So that's why they ordered from the place. He was excited about this place opening up in Merrick. And then we chit-chatted a little bit. And then when I left, I said, "Oh, it was nice talking to someone who, understands what happens." He was like, "For a month, I smelled shrimp in my car. It was all over the place. Shrimp scampi. That's a mess. Oh, and the garlic and the sauce, and not being in a bag." So this man knew exactly why I wanted those. I have 2 to 3 cardboards in each bag to give it more secureness when I'm delivering. But if something seeps out, it does absorb all the liquid. I picked up the guac food from the Jericho store. All I did was flip open the top. And this is how it was given to me. The top plastic wasn't sealed, clipped on. It clips, snaps. All I did was flip open the top. And these are saucy. Nothing was wrapped in saran wrap, because if these things move around the box and they're, you're driving and they touch each other and they're sliding back and forth, those tops pop off. You must put saran wrap around these plastic containers because the tops just pop off so easily. And I got annoyed because I Okay. Anyway, this is the example of what was given to me. And all I did was flip the top open to see what was given to me before I placed the boxes in my delivery bags. I have to hold the phone like this because leaving the phone on the dashboard, it's just too hot with the sun. I just don't understand how someone can actually hand over a box with containers not snapped on and the food not properly wrapped. This wasn't a major deal, taking those small containers and wrapping them up in plastic. It must be done for the food not to spill out everywhere. It's just something that should be mandatory. I understand, because I've been in their shoes, some people aren't happy in the jobs. I don't mean it has to be this industry. There are many people out there that work jobs they're not really happy in, and they're stuck. Because if they don't go to their job, they can't keep what they have. They can't make ends meet. But they're not really happy with their purpose in life. It is possible to change. It is possible to put yourself in a better position. Be happy. Generally happy. You only can be so sympathetic. I mean, all I did was lift the top. And I went, I got annoyed, and I got annoyed. Can you blame me? I just feel, and I've been in their shoes. But you still got to do it right. So I felt this was worth sharing, because if that's how the handoff is from a restaurant, that gives a poor impression to the restaurant, number one. That puts the driver in an embarrassing position if I did not take the time to review what food was handed to me and just threw to my bag, and just threw to my car. That would have been empty. The container would have been empty. And there's really no reason for that. And it should be known. It's also, again, like yesterday, a lack of respect to delivery people taking the time to be there to represent the restaurant and to deliver the food, giving a good impression. Just unfair. So I'm happy the order was short. I didn't receive any orders today. I know people watch these videos. I wasn't very kind yesterday, but it was truthful. And I would rather be respected than liked. So I don't know if that's why they didn't send anything out at 12 o'clock. But to be honest, I could skip a few days with the scheduled deliveries. I'm going to focus on a little bit of Uber, a little bit of Grubhub, and over the weekend, whatever one day I work, I look forward to completing a couple of Sparks and working on my online world and moving forward to where I'm headed next, because I'm losing it. However, I'm keeping the part-time income coming in, and I could be in a worse position. That's how I see it. I've been in worse positions. I would rather be in this position. But there are days that you have to step back. So we'll see what the rest of the day brings. You never know. I might get an offer at 6 o'clock and say, the price is right. I'll take it. We'll see. But now I'm going home. Until the next video clip, make sure you check every box that that is handed off to you before you place them in your bags. And to make sure that the restaurant is properly packaging their food to be transported by you. It can withstand bumps, a couple of turns, maybe a short stop. It happens. You're driving.